Thank you so much for coming at such short notice. I'm going to read out a brief statement, then I'll take some questions. Today I'm announcing that I'll be stepping down as Premier and as member for Rockingham. I was elected as Premier of Western Australia in March 2017, more than 6 years ago now. Prior to that, I served as Opposition Leader for more than 5 years. All up, I've held the privileged position of WA Labor Leader for around 11 and a half years. I've served in Parliament for 26 and a half years as either Premier, Opposition Leader, Minister, Shadow Minister, Parliamentary Secretary, and of course, as the member for Rockingham. Prior to that, I served for 3 years as a Rockingham City Councillor and Deputy Mayor. That's nearly 30 years in public life. It's been an honour and a privilege to serve the people of this state and my community over this time. It's way beyond what I could ever have imagined my career would amount to. Western Australia has provided me with the opportunity of a lifetime. As a young naval officer, when I drove across the Nullarbor in my Corolla in June 1991 to begin my posting at Garden Island, I never imagined I would one day become the Premier of Western Australia. When I was elected as Premier, I had ambitions for our state. I wanted Western Australia to become the strongest, most successful state in the nation, to become more economically diversified and have the strongest public finances, to be socially reformist with landmark achievements in conservation and environmental protection as well, to provide our citizens with quality public services and long-term infrastructure for our long-term future. I stand here today and I know our state is in the position I set out to reach. We have the strongest economy in Australia and one of the strongest in the world. We turned our finances around, returning the budget to surplus and with debt being repaid. We regained the AAA credit rating. We have the best funded healthcare, police and education services in Australia. We invested in TAFE and training, significantly reducing TAFE fees and embarking on major upgrades to TAFE campuses across the state. We secured a fair share of the GST. We're taking climate action with a massive program of national parks expansion, safely transitioning out of coal-fired power, and we're stopping the logging of our native forests. We've passed groundbreaking social reforms, including voluntary assisted dying laws, and achieved the long-held ambition of making our parliament truly democratic. We've invested significantly in a wide range of industries, creating quality jobs for West Australians into the future. We are building the economic and social infrastructure for our state's future. The biggest ever expansion of our public transport system is under construction across our suburbs. Metronet will connect communities, connect people and job and training opportunities, and deliver affordable transport options for Western Australians long into the future. We've embarked on a significant program of upgrading our public hospitals across our suburbs and our regional towns. The new Women's and Babies Hospital is fully funded and ready to be built. And the foundations are now there for WA's next major port and a new desalination plant to serve our state for the next 100 years and beyond. Plus so much more. I've loved the role. I've loved being able to deliver on our agenda for the benefit of our state. I've loved the challenge of solving problems, making decisions, getting outcomes, and helping people. But the truth is, I'm tired, extremely tired. In fact, I'm exhausted. The role of political leadership doesn't stop. It's relentless. It comes with huge responsibility that is all-consuming each and every day. And combined with the COVID years, it's taken it out of me. I'm convinced WA Labor can win and will win the next election in 2025. But I just don't have the energy or drive that's required to continue in the role as Premier, or to fight that election, which would have been my 8th election as a Member of Parliament. This job is like no other. After 7 elections across nearly 3 decades, now is the right time to step away from the job that I have loved. Therefore, I'll be resigning as Premier and Member for Rockingham. This week will be my final week. It's not a decision I've taken lightly. I've been considering it for quite a while, but I needed to hand down the state budget before I made a final decision. In taking this step, I know two things. WA is stronger and more successful than ever before, and the government has a great team and can very, very easily replace me. I'd just like to acknowledge and thank a few people before I take some questions from you. To all my ministerial and caucus colleagues, thank you for the support over nearly 3 decades. The cabinet team I leave behind is full of quality, experience and energy, ready to take the state forward. To my staff, can I pass on my deepest thanks and gratitude, especially my Chiefs of Staff as Premier, Guy Houston and Daniel Pastorelli, both brilliant people. To the West Australian branch of the Australian Labor Party, its members and affiliated unions, thank you. All of us in public life are nothing without the party and its members and supporters. I'll be forever grateful and very loyal. I am honoured to have led the WA Labor Party for as long as I have. To the WA public sector, its workers and leaders, thank you. The global pandemic that was COVID-19 forced us to change how we would normally govern. The dedicated efforts of leaders in the WA public sector played a significant role in WA's world-leading response and management. So thank you very much.